In Florida, our Constitution requires that public officials must conduct public business in the open and that public records must be made available to all members of the public. Meet Florida Representative Danny Burgess, a Republican lawyer from Zephyr Hills, Florida. This 30-year-old snot-nosed kid has introduced legislation that could destroy a history of open government and transparency in Florida that dates back more than 100 years. Danny Burgess filed House Bill 163 in January of 2017. It should come as no surprise that a group of politicians and attorneys called the Florida League of Cities enthusiastically supports House Bill 163, since the Florida League of Cities membership consists of some of the government agencies who have historically been the most egregious violators of our civil right to access public records. House Bill 163 guts our civil right to access public records in the following ways. House Bill 163 requires that a request be made in writing. House Bill 163 requires giving a 5-day notice before suing to enforce the Public Records Act. And finally, the worst part of HB 163 would allow the government to consider the motivation of the requester, and the government gets to decide if the requester's motive for wanting the public record is legitimate. All of these requirements fly in the face of Article 1, Section 24 of the Florida Constitution, Chapter 119 of the Florida Statutes, and decades of case law that say a request need not be made in writing, forbidding any sort of automatic delay in producing the records, and most importantly, making the motivation of the requester irrelevant as it should be for obvious reasons. Say, for example, you are a citizen whose civil rights have been violated by a municipality, and you ask for records from the municipality that would provide proof of those civil rights violations. Would it be okay for the municipality to consider your motivation for wanting the records? If so, the municipality would most certainly deny access. Could the municipality then claim in court that the records request was nothing more than a form of harassment, since the requester could use those records in a civil rights lawsuit? It's very simple. A public record is a public record, and we have a right, a civil right, to access those public records. The motivation for wanting the record is irrelevant and should remain irrelevant. This is the most important video I have ever published. We must stop this civil rights shredding bill. I am making a call to action. My YouTube channel has more than 23 million views, and I have more than 40,000 subscribers. I am asking everyone who views this video to petition our government for redress of grievances by doing a call flood, an email flood, and a social media flood. Please contact the following government officials by calling, by emailing, by tweeting, and by posting on their Facebook page. Let them know that you oppose House Bill 163. Please be polite, respectful, and topical while calling, emailing, or posting on social media. Also, please do not make any threats. Thank you in advance.